I think the most important thing about generosity is generosity of spirit. Obviously, if you can give in a material way, people should give in a material way. But I think people being generous with their time, with their spirit, with their heart is much more important than anything else. And I think it's one of the things we're going to discuss tonight, a theory that the most successful people are the people who are most generous with their hearts. And I wonder in today's age whether that remains true.
Not to be a total evolutionary biologist about it, but I think of things in terms of costs and benefits. My definition of generosity would be something whereby you incur a personal cost in order to help to bestow a benefit on somebody else. And that can take many, many forms. It's a very broad definition. And I think the real interesting question, and the one that we all should be interested in a way, is how does a preference for performing those costly actions ever emerge and stabilize in societies?
I guess generosity means to me suppressing lower scales of cooperation, where people cooperate at a scale that we would normally consider corruption, so favoring your family at the expense of humanity, giving friends a job instead of using the meritocracy. And I think generosity at its ultimate level is kind of large-scale cooperation, where we're cooperating at a planet-wide scale to tackle some of the big problems that we face as a species, like how to deal with the fallout from climate change.
My idea of generosity is along the lines of a little bit goes a long way. So the beauty of cooperation, and the reason why cooperation makes everybody better off, is that by paying a little cost, you might bestow a huge benefit on someone else, and then vice versa.
It means selflessness. It's doing things that's not in your own interests, but in the interests of other people. And I find it slightly insulting to be told that when I'm being generous or when you're being generous, really you're benefiting yourself in some subtle way. I really do want to say there is such a thing, even in this dark and twisted world, as such a thing as people being generous to each other. Hallelujah.